Here's our top 10 most secluded towns in the United States. If you're looking for some prime real estate that's away from the traffic, pollution, and even your neighbor's noisy dog, then these secluded towns are the place for you, and then you won't have to wear an annoying mask anymore because of the pandemic, right? Whether you're ready to put down roots somewhere as far away as possible from the nearest Starbucks, or you're just looking to visit somewhere off-grid, these remote locales are the perfect places. Here are some of the most secluded towns in the United States. But real quick, what's up to all my returning subscribers and real estate students? And if you're new to this channel, my name is Pierre Meji, and I make content that will help you better understand the real estate industry in general, whether you're trying to scale your business as a real estate agent or realtor or apartment locator, or maybe you're just interested in real estate in general. Either way, I love putting out general real estate content and other unorthodox content that has something to do with real estate in some kind of way, right? So now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into this episode. Just a couple of ground rules first. The town or location has to have at least 50 people, and it has to have a post office, and it has to be far away from like a real town. So no random trailer parks or truck stops, okay? And I have to tell you, I was pleasantly surprised that not only were these towns secluded, most of them were downright beautiful. You've really got to stay tuned for number one to see the best of the best. But let's just get right into it then. Here are the updated top 10 most secluded towns in the United States for 2021. Number 10 is EUREKA, Nevada. It's ironic that the town's name is EUREKA or Eureka because it's a place not many people find easily. Even though the mining town is on Highway 50, it's still secluded because the next town is over 77 miles away. That's more than an hour-long drive. Eureka has a small population of 610 people, and surprisingly, they built themselves a gorgeous opera house. With that and the rest of the town's quaint architecture, Eureka is becoming something of a tourist attraction. The town's really pretty, alright, but it's still miles and miles away from anything else, so that's something to consider. All right, number 9, St. Paul, Alaska. St. Paul is a small town of about 500 people on St. Paul Island in the middle of the Bering Sea. To appreciate how secluded the town is, even in 2021, you'd have to book a long, rough plane ride to get to it. It can even take a couple of days to wait out the weather before you can fly there. This said flight takes 3 hours and goes over some of the roughest waters in the world. You'd be frozen solid in 4 minutes if ever you hit the water. Yikes. All right, number 8, Jordan Valley, Oregon. The town may be tiny at 2.08 square miles, but one thing Jordan Valley isn't lacking is space. Its 181 residents enjoy 30 miles of green valley and mountain range all around. Tourists may stop by to check out the Jordan Crater Field, which is, you guessed it, a field with a bunch of craters in it. But otherwise, Jordan Valley doesn't see many outsiders, which is pretty interesting, right? Number 7, HULETT, Wyoming. To be fair, almost every city in Wyoming that isn't like Cheyenne, Casper, or Laramie is relatively secluded, but HULETT definitely takes the cake, with the nearest big city about 3 hours away and an estimated 400 people in their population. The secluded town of HULETT has the essentials like a school, a few places to eat, and the golf club. That's pretty fancy, right? With all the space, HULETT is a perfect place to hit the green in the middle of nowhere. They live in the middle of
nowhere with her husband, Eustace Bay.
Funny enough, their golf course is actually larger than the whole town itself. Isn't that crazy? Number 6, KALAUPAPA, Hawaii. Now this is what I'm talking about. Some sun, some fresh sea breeze, the cool palm trees. This is life in the secluded town of KALAUPAPA, Hawaii. An unincorporated community on the island of Molokai, Hawaii's least visited major island. It's located within KALAWAO County, the least populous county in the nation according to the most recent census. It's especially hard to get to. You'll have to go by sea or mule train. Located at the base of sea cliffs and nestled right up against the ocean, this tiny town is a perfect tropical getaway for when you really want to get away. Alright, we just finished with our first half. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. We still have our top half left, and I promise you it'll be worth it. Just wait until we get to number 1. That'll blow your mind. All right, number 5, Mackinac Island, Michigan. Mackinac Island is another secluded island town that you can only get to via ferry or private boat in the summer and snowmobile or airplane in the winter. Mackinac Island is home to about 500 residents as of the 2010 census. People don't have cars there. Instead, they walk, bike, and get this, even ride horses. Even cooler, during the winter, people ride their snowmobiles everywhere. Parents even pull their kids to school behind sleds and drop them off right in the front door at the school. That's kind of cool, right? Number 4, Angle Inlet, Minnesota. It's interesting they named their town Angle Inlet because you literally have to go through an angle just to get there. That's because you have to drive all the way across country borders to Canada's Manitoba and then back southwards. It has a population of 60 people and is the only settlement north of the 49th parallel. The trip is worth it because the secluded town is just absolutely lovely in the warmer months when the surrounding woodlands are in bloom and the waters are warm. All right, number 3, Stehekin, Washington. Another beautiful secluded town is Stehekin that's located inside the Wenatchee National Forest. This place is tucked away from civilization, to say the least. Stehekin has only about 100 residents, and the only way to get to town is by taking the ferry up Lake CHILEAN, a long hike, a horseback ride, or by flying into Stehekin via seaplane. Seaplane! I think you get the picture. Cell phone service doesn't reach there, so no Zoom meetings for them, I guess. It should definitely be a part of your list if you're considering going off grid. All right, number 2, Shelter Cove, California. Another great place to disappear to is the secluded town of Shelter Cove, located on the aptly named Lost Coast. The town is home to its few residents that live in almost complete isolation from the rest of the state. You can go there as an access point to California's Lost Coast, Black Sands Beach, and the Lost Coast hiking trail, popular for day hikes or backpacking. And number 1, Yellow Pines, Idaho. Yellow Pines is located right outside the Payette National Forest. No problem with social distancing here, as most of their population actually live in the forest in cabins and trailers. The closest town with any chain restaurants or grocery stores is McCall, and that's 3 hours through the canyon. This is a great place to live if you'd enjoy camping every day of your life, basically. So there you go, the top 10 most secluded towns in the United States for 2021. So what are your thoughts about what we just went over in this episode? Did I miss anything super important? Right, fact check me in the comment section below, or just add to the places that might be secluded that I didn't mention. I actually want to know. And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, click that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that way you can check out my future content when it gets uploaded. I'm constantly improving my content based on your suggestions, so don't be a stranger and join the family by becoming a subscriber and leaving me a suggestion. I mean, making this content really ain't cheap. It's me and a team of like 3 other people producing this stuff for you to learn and enjoy while putting a smile on your face. So if you think we did a good job, please hit a like on this video. But whoa, before you just bounce out of this channel though, don't miss this next video coming up because it's going to absolutely blow your freaking mind in 3, 2, 1.